listening to the Cool Paso podcast. I'm your host, Sean. Nice to see you guys. And please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, this video. Please share out, show the love. We're getting close to 20,000 subscribers, guys, so everyone counts. So please don't just watch and not hit that subscribe button. And also, please go to our website, coolpaso.com/shop, and place your order for your games, podcast. If you want to come in and have a media day, get your pictures taken, take a look at our page on social media so you can see exactly what we do. Let us help your team out and get your let them show what they're all about. Definitely. So now I have a very special guest here with us today. His name is Eddie G.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for coming through, Eddie. So, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Wow, what an intro. So my name is Eddie Gzus, and I am the H-Law practitioner of the Temple of Hip Hop. I started as a personal trainer, and I still do that in 2003, and a nutritionist as well. And as I started building bodies, I realized I need to stop building minds. So I went into this quest of searching for the highest self and just studying different books from the Bible to the Quran to the Bhagavad Gita's autobiography of a yogi. Ended up running into the gospel of hip hop. And what I noticed about hip hop was how it started. Having inner peace, helping others prosper. That's the true name of it. And the way it was created was the buildings were burning in New York. They were burning in the Bronx. And people were getting at a point of loss of hope. And when there's loss of hope, it gets wild.
That's true.
So what ended up occurring were the OGs, right? The original gods, as they call them. And, you know, we call each other gods because we are the children of God. What is God? It's a positive energy. That's just what it is. It's a positive energy. It's where we come from, consciousness. So what they ended up doing was like, wait a minute. Individuals are trying to take us out. We got to stop trying to take ourselves out. So the music got taken out from the schools. They had no musical instruments. They had no art. They took away art. So what ended up happening is they got the turntables, you know. cool DJ Herc set them up and started doing free jams. Cindy Campbell decided to do the first agreed upon jam August 11th, 1973 for the kids at the community center in Sedgwick, in 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. And that's where the birthplace of hip hop is. So they did that for school supplies and so forth. And with that said, started doing graffiti, you know, selling it on shirts, music, etc., doing it all to the culture, and was raising up the economy. That's actually how it started before it got exported.
Right.
Word. So what I'm getting at is it started here in the United States, and it started from nothing. So it shows hope. If it can start from nothing, we could continue starting it from nothing, just with that idea of having inner peace, helping others prosper.
That's right.
So I'm jumping pretty ahead of myself. We've known each other forever, so I was like, well, where do I come from? But yeah, done many things. Bodybuilded, you know, for over a decade. Three-time national bodybuilding NPC champion, and national qualified bodybuilding champion. Trained with a pleasure and a blessing to be able to train with Ronnie Coleman. Learned from him for years. Brian Dobson, you know, is a good friend of mine. And from there, like I said, once I recognized the discipline of what it takes to better the body, and it did create a lot for the mind, but to just take it to that highest self of what type of footprint are we leaving?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's very deep, you know, definitely a little different speed what we do. I mean, but in a way, you know, Cool Paso also came from nothing. You know,
our people no, without a doubt, we still do.
Yeah, and we're still coming from nothing. But you know, and of course, and we're also helping other people prosper.
That's what it is. We come from nothing, but it's from everything. It's because we come from currency. We were just talking about a little bit earlier how people from El Paso are. People are polite. You know,
Right.
You know, let's take away the bashing because we were talking about that. The truth is this: is we have great people out here.
We do. We do. I mean, and you know, the name Cool Paso, just so people know, I mean, it came from a conversation that me and Vanessa were having one day about what our name was going to be, because we had been filming our son, my nephew. We had a little bit of a demand building, people saying, hey, could you film our game? I like what your footage looks like on YouTube, because the team that we played against, you know. And it just started spreading, and then this youth organization called the Broncos reached out to us. We ended up filming for pretty much all his age groups throughout the years, and I mean, between them, it spreads to middle school, high school, and I mean, there's a lot of kids that have been graduating over the past 4 years now, that we've filmed since they were like 8 years old, you know. So it's came from me basically saying, like, you know, my childhood, we didn't have a video camera in my household, you know what I'm saying? So my dad doesn't have my football games.
Right.
You know, he doesn't have my drumline, you know, shots and stuff like that I did. All, you know, everything that I came from is just up in my head, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's real.
So like I just felt like everybody needed theirs, you know, everybody deserves to show their shine and their time, you know what I'm saying? So and it was important to me, and I love, these kids love us, man. They show up. And we love them, you know. And
that's important. That's important that we as elders need to be that right role model. And whether you like it or not, we are role models. So what role are you playing?
Right.
You know, I hear that. I don't want to be a role model. It don't matter. You're a role model.
Whether we wanted to or not, we became
it's
one.
just what it is. I mean, I have 6 kids, and I'll tell you like this. My kids don't do what I say. They do what I do. So who am I? It's a responsibility right there.
Yes, it is. Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
what type of man do I want my daughter to bring home? My daughters, I got 3.
Right.
What type of man do I want my daughters to bring home? I got a list. So then I realized I got to be that list.
Right. I mean, that's it's a heavy responsibility, and honestly, you stumble into it. You just stumble into it, you know.
You know, and that's just what it is. It's hip. It's awareness. It's like, and going back to hip hop, I started with hip hop today. That was really interesting how that started. But hip to be hip, right? You know, when you're hip, oh, that person's hip. You're hip.
Right.
It's conscious. You're aware.
Right.
Hop is a movement, you know, bunny hops or the 50s, you know, welcome to the hop.
Right.
Welcome to the hop. So hip hop, conscious movement.
Right.
So with what type of consciousness are you moving? And that's really what it is character, is currency. You know, I met this wonderful doctor. What's my man's name?
Dr. Ruja.
Dr. Ruja.
Dr. Ruja, and Dr. Ruja is the one that has blessed us with this studio. Some teams have definitely come out here. We went over that last week and talked about all the organizations. We had 42 podcasts, so this is episode 43, I believe. So yeah, I mean, it's been a road, you know. I mean, and Dr. Ruja he believes in what we believe in, because, you know, what I was getting at with Cool Paso is this showing off the cool things about this city. I mean, growing up, we always hear people saying Hell Paso, that this place is hell, you know, it's hot, there's nothing to do, it's boring. And okay, you know, sometimes
We make it cool.
That's all a state of mind.
Yo, this thing, dude, I'm gonna tell you like this: El Paso got so many things to do, but let's not even get off the track. Because Dr. Ruja, one thing that I noticed about my man's when I met him, you know, we get taught in these schools of titles. Success is a title. You know, you got to be a doctor. You got to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But I've met individuals with high titles that are inconsiderate, that are rude. Just because you got a high title, I don't want you around me with that type of character. But my man's right there, when I talked to him, he was like, yo, man, we trying to do some physicals for only 20. I'm trying to help out the community. You know, he was just telling me about how helping the community. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing that he's a chiropractor.
Right.
But what's really amazing is that character, and character is true currency.
That is.
If you are able to be the person that you would want to be around you for 24 hours a day, that's true success. And that's what we need to start teaching the youth. Don't worry about the title. Pay attention to your character, because character is true currency.
Yes.
And
it
with
is.
that, all doors open, and that's real. Because I'd rather be around somebody that I can trust, somebody that's loyal, somebody that is compassionate versus any title. And if we could get back to that,
Right.
that's the original way.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
ancestral.
Absolutely.
Ancestral. Come on.
It's deep. Right. Exactly. And that's why we're saying cool Paso, because El Paso is pretty cool. You know.
Yeah, no,
we got to
Paso
show
is.
it off. We got to show it off.
No, that's real.
So yeah, basically that. I mean, and I always did want to go a direction and show a little bit of the music side of El Paso, because once upon a time I did play the drums in high school and that too, and college at UTEP, and it was music's definitely always been a part of me too. I've always been drawn to hip hop. It's
Right.
in some cases, it even makes you a black sheep, because sometimes, you know what I mean? Because like in some families, it's not embraced as much. You know what I mean? Some people don't feel that music, they don't understand it. Maybe.
It's because it's a culture. So that's what's really intriguing. And I say this in respects, but in truth. You see, I was certified from the teacher himself, KRS-One, from the Temple of Hip Hop. I'm a cultural specialist. I'm an H-Law practitioner. I'm a true hip hopper. These are real studies that we did together. And most times, individuals that are trying to break out hip hop, they've never interviewed the pioneers. They've never been to the homestead. So where I'm getting at is this, is when you're not aware of your knowledge of self, you can't proceed in confidence, is what I'm trying to get at. And hip hop is 9 elements. It's breaking, MCing, graffiti, DJing, beatboxing. We got street fashion, street language, street entrepreneurism. Street knowledge, street entrepreneurialism. I'm thinking about street entrepreneurialism because you're a street entrepreneur. So if you see these titles, everybody falls into it. If you're an artist, that's graffiti. What is graffiti? They call it graffiti because they're saying it's illegal artwork, right? But that's how it may have started, but it started in a protest of what was going on. And now it's everywhere. How many people get paid for murals everywhere?
Oh yeah. I mean, when we were growing up, it was a gang thing. It was a negative thing,
Right.
And it was because people didn't appreciate that, because they didn't see it as art, especially when somebody scribbled a name, But
It was a protest, though. When it started, man, it was a protest. It's just what it was. It was like, look, we're going through it over here. You start getting the study, and the art is just phenomenal. And as a matter of fact,
oh yeah,
here it is. When I was at Waco Tanks with one of my other teachers, Alex Mares, and he was teaching us about Waco, and I had a group. He was showing us the pictographs. I'm also a pictograph guy at Waco Tanks. And I've always loved nature because I am nature. But so anyway, when he was showing me these pictographs, we had this group, and all of a sudden you see somebody put like Alvarado Kings or something. So this lady from North Carolina was like, I hate when people do that. They mess things up. And he was like, well, wait a minute. What about when it said John Smith, 1675? You didn't have a problem with it.
right. Because John Smith in 1675 is not the original artist by far. Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
something like that, 1775. I don't know, some number like that.
Right.
But anyway, so he made a thing like, well, wait a minute, you tripping on him? Why aren't you tripping on that? And then she was like, well, what is considered wrong? What is considered right?
Right.
And he was like, well, first of all, I mean, we're gonna come in here. John Smith should have not been here in the first place.
Right.
You're talking about a place where there was sacred ceremony. The dude just decided to write on the wall.
Right.
So who's the perpetrator? Who the victim? You know what I'm saying? It can get deep.
Right. Yeah.
But even with that said, the reason I bring hip hop is this: it's all around us. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's not a music. It's a culture. There's so many different elements that are involved. And with that said, it comes out of nothing, which where a lot of people come, which is creativity. And that's why I'm bringing it up. And this is why I like to, at times, start with it. Because it's not foreign. It's not fun. A lot of times, plenty of the cultures that we learned came from Europe, came from Africa, come from Asia, India. Hip hop actually came from the United States. This is something that's originally from here.
Right, right. I mean, there's so many documentaries available for these youngins to do some research with as well, right? I mean, if they don't want to read, they can at least watch the documentary.
Yeah, no doubt. Get your study on, and with that said, it's anything. I gotta put this on topic. You know, I started my introduction as Eddie Jesus, God's us, right? So no matter what, whether you think there's not a God, whether you think there's a God, whether you think the God's name's Krishna, Christ, Buddha, Allah, whatever, right? There's one thing that I've realized, and I haven't met anybody yet, no matter from what culture or what background you're from, I have not met anybody yet. Maybe I will meet somebody, but I haven't met anybody yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never met anybody wake up saying, I'm excited to be depressed. I haven't met anybody say, I'm excited just to be angry all day.
Right.
I haven't met anybody who says, I'm just excited to be sad all day, worried all day, stressed all day. Not yet. Now, when I ask people, do you want to wake up healthy? They say yes. Do you want to wake up being loved? Yes. Do you want to wake up aware of everything? Yes. Do you want to wake up wealthy? Yes. And what is wealth? Do you need anything right now?
Right. No.
Are you good? You don't need anything? Water, anything? You straight?
I'm straight.
We good? You good over there behind the cameras? You straight? Yeah? The wifey, yo, can I give Vanessa a shout out?
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Vanessa, man, setting all this up. Amazing. Women are always the backbone. So none of us need anything right now. So that means we're wealthy. You see, when you don't need anything, that's true wealth.
Right.
There's billionaires right now stressing and tripping hard. So right now we're wealthier than billionaires.
Yeah.
So wealth is a state of mind. So all of us want to wake up healthy, love, aware, wealthy. Health, love, awareness, and wealth. H-law. That's the law. H-law. Everyone wants to be in that law because that's our nature. So if our nature is that, we could all agree that's what we come from because it's natural. When something's natural, you come from it.
Right.
Because it's natural to you. What's not natural to us is hate, poverty, worry, stress. So no matter where you come from, we could agree you want to be in the energy of health, love, awareness, and wealth, joy, prosperity, confidence. You don't want to be in that other energy. So what are the steps to make sure you're always in that nature?
So what? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering where is he going with that. So.
Well, how about right when you wake up, you say thank you?
Thank you. Step one.
Step one.
Why?
Right.
Why am I thinking? Why would I? So who am I thinking? If you have a naysayer.
Thank you. Just this. Even just say thank you and see how you feel without even thanking him. Just say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what? Thank you, God. Thank you, self. Thank you, body. Where do you want to go with this?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I have a boy, a close friend of mine that we lost, a couple years ago, and Jermaine, Manuel Wilson, rest in peace, my brother, my heart right there. So when that boy passed, one of my boys, Bubba, in the crew, every single day on Facebook, ever since we lost Jermaine, he says, "Thank you, God, for another day." He starts every day.
Every day.
And he says that, and I mean, when Jermaine had passed, and it had been a couple of weeks, and he'd been posting for 2 weeks,
Right.
and he hadn't been doing it before then, but he had a little bit of an epiphany at the time, and he was thinking like, I'm blessed just to be here.
Right.
We lost our boy like that, done, fast.
Yeah.
It was his time, and they took him. You know what I mean? So that was that, and then he's just basically. Well, thank you for. I'm glad I woke up.
Yeah.
Because he knows who's around. He knows.
Thank you for wake up.
Literally.
Come on.
Literally. And I mean, you gotta lose a little bit to see that, maybe, unfortunately.
Oh, without a doubt. Because think about it this way. What we're doing right here 200 years ago would have been miraculous. This is a miracle. They would have saw us like beings from somewhere else. They would have probably been bringing us fruits and their top. Like, why do they have this equipment? How do they?
What are these lights?
What is going on? So this is the thing with humanity is once you get used to the miracle, all of a sudden it's not a miracle. But when you actually strengthen, not even strengthen. Let me clarify that. Just be aware of the reality that you always have food, you always have shelter, you always have clothing. One thing I've noticed, whether you like me or maybe not like me, all these individuals, whether they like me or they don't, I don't know of anybody who doesn't like me, but the people that I've met, right, whether they like me or don't, I'm very grateful because all of them have food, shelter, clothing. Here's another interesting part. Even when we do certain fundraisers and so forth, and go help out the community, feed what you would call what they say call the homeless. I tell them, you got a place to stay. You got what it was. It might be a little tent. It might be but they got food. They got shelter. They got clothing. So that shows me right there, wow, like we are good. Like first and foremost, you got food, shelter, and clothing. It's already a start.
Yeah.
You breathing, you have all possibilities. As a matter of fact, the philosopher Nietzsche, if I'm saying his name right, I pray that I am. Nietzsche says this. He says that 85% of all your problems are in the mind.
That's really true,
When you're in the now, I see the word now, N-O-W. I see it right to left.
Right.
It says one.
Yeah,
So if you're in the now, you've already won. Peace to Jay Bass, because he's the one that actually gave me that gem right there. But yeah, you're already in the one. And most of the time, we're in the one. Every time I ask somebody, you need anything? Nah, I'm good. So that means when somebody tells me I'm good, the majority of the people I meet are wealthy.
Right.
So, that's where it is. And if we could really just start teaching our children that, don't worry about what you're wearing. Don't worry about what is. Worry about being a good character. Because at the end of the day, who do you want to kick it with?
Right.
Let's keep it real. I mean, you could look at it all like, oh, we're trying to be righteous. Like, yeah, we are trying to be righteous. Because when you're doing it righteous, you're doing it the right way. Nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want nobody trying to jack you. You know what I mean? You don't want somebody trying to be inconsiderate. You don't want that around you.
No.
So don't be that person. As a matter of fact, I had this epiphany, and is it cool that we're talking like this on here?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
That's
good,
fine.
all right?
That's
Okay,
fine.
because
That's
I'm
fine.
taking it. This is where I blast off sometimes. And I was noticing. Do you remember okay, so I'm an '80s kid. All right, I'm an '80s kid, but I remember being young and seeing the older movies and so forth, and like these actors, like the male actors that the girls like. They would have their shirts unbuttoned, they had the like hairy chest, and they had like the big mustache, and then the girls had this crazy hair, you know what I'm saying?
You talking about some Burt Reynolds stuff or what?
Right, it's real. And then they were kind of busty, but they didn't have no boobs. They had no boobs. Not no boobs. Just clarify that. No booty. They didn't have that. Can I say boobs and all that? Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's how they were looking. And then in the 80s, started getting a little bit more like, she got legs.
Yeah.
She knows how to use them. Right? Started seeing the legs coming in. And then the 90s, the model look came. All of a sudden, it's real tall girls.
Right.
Really skinny.
Right.
The dudes were like...
Cindy Crawford kind
of...
of...
Word.
Yeah.
Dudes, all of a sudden, you kind of had to look kind of like you struggling, like... You know what I'm saying?
Right, we got baggy.
Come on, got baggy, too. And then also, the mid-90s came, and it was like, I like big butts, and I can't let some mix a lot. All of a sudden, now all the girls are trying to get the big booty, trying to figure that out. And then later on, the muscular look came out. And now it's like we in the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Look, we're in the impossible look. Like now girls gotta have these gigantic lips and gigantic boobs and this tiny waist and this big old butt.
Yeah.
And,
natural figure.
Right. And the men gotta have the perfect beard. You see these dudes painting it and etc. What I'm getting at is this. Is everybody says they're trying to be unique, but they're trying to fit into what's supposedly attractive. And there's been all these sex symbols. What did you say? Like Burt Reynolds, he was a sex symbol.
In the
right?
80s, yeah.
80s, 90s. But nobody really remembers them once you get to a different generation.
Right, of course, yeah.
Let's break this down. Imagine, just visualize this. If they would market being kind as sexy, as being compassionate as hot.
You'd be talking like Mr. Rogers would be the sex symbol, right?
Right? Okay.
Positive?
Now let's play this.
Seriously?
Let's play this. All right, ladies, maybe I'm wrong. How many ladies now at Mr. Rogers, adult age, of course, who would have not wanted to hook up with him as a lady? I guarantee you, I'm gonna have a lot of girls say, you know what, Mr. Rogers? Yeah.
I heard that dude was low key. He used to be like a Navy SEAL or something like that.
I heard some craziness about
I
it,
don't know about
but,
all that. We'll see.
but I know the dude. It looks like the dude was a good dude. So what I'm getting at is this: is we are marketed as what looks as attractive, and people are willing to do everything and everything. If we would actually switch it up to character, we'd have world peace. But of course, we ain't gonna do that.
Shallow Hal style, right?
Yeah, but here we go though. Now let me be clear. In the Bhagavad Gita's, Krishna is God. In the Holy Bible, Jesus Christ, Torah, Moses, the barrels of Buddha, you got Buddha, right? You got religions over these individuals. People worshiping, praying.
Right.
It doesn't say nothing about their looks that much. It doesn't really address look. It addresses character. So what are you telling me is the true what is the true look that attracts us? Character is currency. It's proven. It's look. Now I'm gonna take it a little deeper. Yo, viewers, think about this one before I say it. When I say it, think about it. Meditate a little bit. Have you ever met someone who has a beautiful character that's unattractive? Think about that one and think about it good. They might not be a 10 at first, but once you get to know them, all of a sudden they get pretty attractive. I have not met one yet, and this is my perspective. Perhaps someone else could give me a different answer. I could only speak on my experience.
Right.
But anybody who has a divine character, meaning they're not playing the pretendo. I'm not talking about oh, can I get a little hard? Okay, a little bit. I'm not talking about the love and light, and then cursing somebody out in traffic. No, I'm talking I'm talking about real deal character in currency. Talking about this is what they about.
Right.
I've never seen anybody that says they're not attractive. Obviously they are, because as a matter of fact, people follow. Oh God, it's just what it is. It's there, yo. So if we could start teaching our kids, stop worrying so much about your looks, start worrying about your attitude. Watch it.
Middle school kids.
Yeah, mind blowing.
That's
mind blowing. Cause yeah, you know what I'm saying. You're trying to get the look, and look don't matter. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
character, man, character.
So character. So, and I mean, and for us, I mean, with athletes, I mean, it goes so far. That's just life. You know, that's just life, and just. You know, and there's more steps to the day, but and then also, I mean, we got a couple of things to go through, you know, but I don't know which one to go with. Do we continue?
Well, you're talking about athletes. You know, you just said something about athletes. It takes a certain character to be an athlete. You have to have a discipline.
You know, people drop out as being a coach at a young level and all that.
Right.
The kids that drop out don't love it. They just don't love it. They don't want to wake up and do it every day. They dread it while they're at school all day.
Right.
You know what? And I mean, and some of them, they grow to love it, and then they look back and laugh at themselves when they're like that, and some of them never love it. You know? And that's not your path in that sense, you know?
And it's okay, because there's a 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a book by Deepak Chopra. Yes, I need to start breaking down my authors or speaking them out loudly, excuse me. So on this book, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, there's one. You see, laws can't be broken. Speeding is a policy. It's not a law. We call it a law, but it's a policy. That's why there's police. Listen to the linguistics in English. But like the law of gravity, you can't break it.
Right.
You can, even if we levitate, we're still going to have to come down. You're not going to break it. The law of giving and receiving cannot be broken. You can't just stay breathing in. You're eventually going to have to breathe out. Right. So there's universal laws that you can't break. So again, for myself personally, this energy, I like to call it God. I like to call it parent. You know, that's where it is, guide of direction. Where I'm getting that is I don't believe in my hand, I know it exists. So I don't believe in consciousness, I know it exists. This even goes to Anybody, even my what you would call atheist brothers and sisters, and I'm not trying to get into religion. I'm trying to speak philosophy is what I'm trying to get down with. But even them, they will agree. Yeah, bro, I want to be loved. I want to be healthy. So we're actually all in the same agreement of what energy we want. Right. So where I'm getting that is this. All of us are born in this law. That's why we want it. We're born in this nature. Another nature that everybody has is the law of least effort, or as they call it, the law of Dharma. Everybody has a specific talent that they're born with. Every single one.
Right.
And you just have to realize, what is it that I do? What is it that I love? And start taking the steps. Start researching the people you have it in common with. It's like I told you, I was a 3-time national qualifying bodybuilding champion. Why was I? Because I copied everything Ronnie Coleman did. Who is Ronnie Coleman? Greatest bodybuilder of all time. So all I did was copied what he did. I slept like he slept. I ate what he ate.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is mimic the best to be the best. But you have to have a passion for it.
What did Kobe Bryant do?
Come on. Exactly.
He mimicked everything that Jordan did until he could beat Jordan.
Is it? That's it.
Literally.
And you and it becomes yours. But you follow it, and that's for anybody that wants to be successful in anything. You want to be the I don't know. You're selling cars. Look up the best car salesman. Take it from there. Whatever you want to do. So when I see kids coming up, yeah, definitely pick what you like. And also, yeah, of course, strengthen your weaknesses. I used to box and wrestle in high school, and I was good. You remember. I was good. Why didn't I become pro? Why didn't I do this and that? Because I wasn't great. I'm telling you, I was good. I wasn't great.
Yeah.
What stopped me from being great? I didn't like to run.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't like to run. But it was also because I didn't find the right teacher. No diss on any teacher or coach. I just didn't find a teacher that could guide me into running.
It could connect you.
Could connect me.
Bring your heart to it.
And of course, because you're learning in a group and you're pressured, some people are faster, your side's hurting. People hate running's hard.
Yeah, it is.
And for myself is this. When you're doing a bunch of push-ups, you can feel those fibers tearing. And they're supposed to, because when your protein fibers tear, they thicken. When they heal, you become a muscle, you get a chest, right? Well, the heart's a muscle also, but you're not supposed to be tearing heart muscles. You don't want an enlarged heart.
Right.
So this is the reason why a lot of people don't like to run. You're running, and you're tired, and they keep telling you, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Especially in our day.
It's like telling somebody keep drinking coffee after they're wired. Now you need another. No, you can't do that.
Did your coach ever tell you water is weakness?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Bro, we had midnight madnesses where we could not drink any water. It was
right.
I was with it. So this is what it is. So for myself, once I realized I never felt comfortable running, I started running. But what I would do is, no matter what, I'm going to run an hour a day. But when I'm tired, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to do what the coaches did. I'm not going to run with nobody because, again, I'm going to try to, keep up. I'm going to feel the energy. I'm going to do it all by myself, but every day. And every time my heart was at a certain level, I would stop and walk. First day, I ran like 8 minutes, That was for the week. By the third week, I was running maybe 15. Next thing you know, by 8 weeks, I'm running 30. Next thing you know, by 16 weeks, I'm running the entire hour. After that, hours. But I didn't feel now I got it because I took my time. It's practice. It's repetition. Since then, I've ran three marathons, 26.2 miles. A person that doesn't run, still not my strong point. I'm not telling you I'm getting them in 3 hours. I'm not telling you I'm getting first place.
I'm finishing them.
But
my pace.
I'm finishing them, getting them in my pace. And that's just the one thing is yes, strengthen your weaknesses. You don't got to take it to a level, but strengthen your weaknesses. But definitely master your strength. All of us have something.
Find it, sharpen it, polish it.
Find it. Don't let anybody take that away from you. As a matter of fact, we're talking about when we were kids. You remember playing hide and go seek?
Of course.
Tag?
Yeah.
Street football, right, from corner to corner?
Right.
You remember playing, I don't know, dude, pretend, ninjas, cops and robbers, all of that?
Of course.
Okay, do you remember making mud pies?
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, do you remember building forts?
Of course, making tents.
Right. So what happened? So all of a sudden you go to school and they tell you stop doing all that.
Right.
They tell you grow up. But if you think about it, what are the number one paying jobs? Games, sports, football, basketball, right? Pro level stuff. But not only that, Wheel of Fortune, etc. Make good money. Acting, right? We said we would act as kids. Another one. Music. It's another one. I forgot to tell you. We used to play, we're rockers, rappers, whatever.
Right.
That's another one. Builders. That's another one. Food. That's another one. So wait a minute. We were already practicing our purpose as kids, and it went away because we got told to grow up. Yet, those kid activities are the highest paying jobs, period.
Come on.
Doctor that just showed up. Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. I mean,
It's that awareness. So when I hear kids, I don't like this, I don't like that, and feeling that they're lost, no, you're not. Just do what you love to do and have faith in it fully.
Right.
I get kids that I train, and they'll come in and, Dad, Eddie, I'm gonna be an NBA pro basketball player. I'm like, dog, yeah, but everybody keeps telling me to have a plan B, plan C. Be ready for this. I'm not trying to argue with anybody, but I tell everybody, no, there's only a plan A. I go, you like to play basketball, right? That's your plan A. I know you say NBA, but you like to play basketball. That's what you love to do.
That's your thing.
That's your thing. No more plan B. But my mom says, what if I hurt myself or if I don't make it? I go, no, if you always love basketball, you'll make it. Because this is what's going to happen. If you hurt yourself, you end up getting into jerseys. You're going to end up getting into the industry one way or another, giving something. If you get into basketball, doesn't mean that you always have to play basketball.
Right.
But let's do this. Do you remember our dude, Joe Devance? Do you remember Monica's dude, Joe Devance? Okay, he played for UTEP. I'm going to give him a shout out. Coach wouldn't really play him. He only scored 2 points a game. Tops in UTEP. He had a 2-point average. Went to the Philippines. He's a Michael Jordan in the Philippines. I forgot how many. I think they got like 6 championships. Dude's living good just playing basketball. So don't worry about making it. Just worry. Not even clarify it. Don't worry about making it. Just do what you love to do and watch it happen. I've had that with kids in music. They tell me, I had this one kid come in and his mom was trying to get him out of rap. And I told the kid when he showed up, he was like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. I'm like, well, spit something. And he was like, I'm like, well, if you're a rapper, spit. He didn't say nothing. And then I was like, here I go, watch the flow. Under my God shine like Cristo. Second coming to Christ, you already know. I'm kicking it with Sean. What is Bond? We're here chilling on the podcast, getting it on. And we ain't doing the same old song. We talking theory, philosophy, straight up the prophecies, coming out of the one and only genius. Anyway, doing something like that. Kids like mind blown. I'm like, yo, if you gonna tell me you an MC, you're not showing me an MC. So the kid got a little bit more confident. Well, let me tell you what I've been writing. Little 15-year-old talking about that he's having sex with like 5 girls at one time and that he has all this money, but he's also from the ghetto with his mom in front of him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this kid don't live like that. So when he's telling me this, I feel bad. All love to the mom. Mom, I'm not going to say the name. You know what's up. I grabbed her kid and I slammed him to the wall. Bam, slammed him to the wall. I put my like this. Of course, I didn't hear them. This is a scary straight. I grabbed him like, so what's up, God? What were you claiming? And I go, no, I'm just playing with you. But did you see what you just attracted with your words? You're not that. And it's not that I'm punking you, bro. It's good that you're not that. So why are you rhyming about that?
Right.
Who are you? Why don't you rhyme about what you are? He's like, well, that doesn't really make it in the rap game. I go, no, reality does. I go, look, man, what if I told you you're not going to be a millionaire? What if I told you you're not going to be famous? But what if I told you that you're going to be making $60,000 a year? He was all happy. What, $60,000 a year? I go, yeah, you get to perform and you make $60,000 a year. And not only that, you're not going to have a bunch of people trying to get your autograph. But once in a while, when you're with your family at Denny's or whatever, somebody's going to come up and be like, hey, man, you were so dope. Could I have an autograph? And it's going to mean more. Is that success to you? He's like, yeah. I go, next week, come to me with rhymes that are about what you're going through in life. Because there's another kid going through it. He came through stuff like I'm insecure about my body, my face. You know what I mean? And he made it rhyme. Man, it almost made me cry. I was like, dude, that's dope. Because you're not the only one going through that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is real. This is what y'all are really going through.
Like 13, 14, 15 years old, all those kids wear hoodies,
Be ready for
baggy
this.
clothes.
Be ready for
They
this.
don't want to wear anything else. They don't want to hide their face. And every family picture, they're like this. They're trying to figure themselves out. That's a tough shell to break.
And that's what I'm saying. So once he started getting down like that, he started doing shows. Albuquerque, El Paso. Dude started doing, Eddie, I'm getting paid $90 a show. I'm like, son, you 15 getting $90 a show doing what you love. Imagine if you keep coming. That's what I'm trying to say is don't give up on your dream because people are telling you it's too hard. No, if you know that's what you like, do it. But keep it real.
Yeah, don't be who you are.
Yeah, and again, what you think is what you create. Notorious B.I.G. made an album called Ready to Die. What happened? He died. Tupac, same thing, died. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be manifesting things like that, they're going to come your way. So why don't you just rhyme about something that's going to better you? You know, that's just what it is. Having inner peace, helping others prosper. A lot of people want to learn. Yeah, there it is. But I'm going to put it right there. Having inner peace, helping others prosper. When you're doing that right there, it's a service. I'm going to have to go with this one. Who's the strongest in the kingdom? I'm going to answer it for you.
Answer for me.
You ready?
Give it to me.
The strongest person in the kingdom is the servant because everybody depends on the servant. So therefore, the servant will be queen. The servant will be king. Service is leadership. You can't, when I hear people, oh, you know, I'm a leader. You can't be a leader without serving. Don't work.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Somebody's going to take you out. You better be ready.
Yeah, there's no sword in the stone. You don't get to climb on there for free. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Like, so.
And that's true protection. Have you ever noticed this? Like, you know, we're talking about the streets, right? Like, you see El Chapo, or you see, you know, just any type of, like, gangster type, right? They're the scariest dudes there is. But people are still trying to take them out, still trying to take their wife, still trying to take their money. They're always having to watch their back, even though they're the scariest, toughest guy in the world.
They have a whole entourage trying to take care of them, yeah.
But how many times do people go to church and try to sleep with the pastor's wife? Don't do that. Why? You see what I'm saying?
It's just a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. Because again, it's what you're manifesting.
Right.
You know, ain't nobody gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna try to mess with somebody that's helping somebody else out. Yes, you're gonna be used. You gotta be ready. Some people could be used, but you gotta get tested.
Yeah.
Can I be this type of person all day? I call it performing God, guided direction. You know, what does that mean? If even if you don't believe in God, if you made up a God, how would your God act in traffic? How would your God act in somebody trying to argue with you, so forth?
Right.
Come on.
Man. And I mean, and we can keep going, guys. And we're gonna do another one too.
Okay.
We're gonna do another one too. But I do wanna see, I don't know, they gotta
do
hear about
it.
your journey to the top of the hip hop.
I'm gonna do it like this. I got so many lives. You look at my thing. I've done it. I'm an experiencer. I experience life, but I gotta put this on here. This right here, we made this calendar back in 2022. It's a collector's item from the Temple of Hip Hop. Here it is, man. You're gonna put your name right here. I'm gonna sign it. This right here is a collector's item, and character is currency, and you deserve this, and I gotta give it to you, brother, because I love you. It's good to see you, and congratulations on your journey. Can I give you a shout out? Is it okay? Is it okay if I make this public?
Sure, yeah.
This man right here, I've seen him invest and better his life for his family, for himself. I saw him drop over 120 pounds, and that's a beautiful thing. Just to better himself, to better his community. Because when you feel good, you make good choices. And I'm just proud of you, bro. I'm proud of everything that you're doing for yourself, for your family, and for your community. And be ready for that. If you want to help your family out, better yourself. That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, because if you're not strong enough to pull it in, you gotta when you're on an airplane, right? What does it say? You got to put your mask on first. Mm-hmm. You got to put your mask on first before you can help everybody else out.
And here it is. You know, there's a. I gotta give you one more before you go with it. But here it is. It's a Buddhist philosophy. It says when you're young, you risk your health for money, and when you're old, you spend money on your health. It's time to change that. Let's keep it straight. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
You already know. Word.
Got the new pen.
There you go, man. Sign your name right here. That's yours. I'm gonna get all the typical hip hop members. You know, take your time. You don't gotta do it today, but if you want to, you could.
Yeah.
He went over. Ooh, he's getting down on his
Gotta break
skills.
the pen.
Uh-oh. Be ready. You
Well, I
gonna-
can't tag though.
No,
I do suck.
you don't guys do tag. Yo,
Shoot,
guys,
shoot.
yes, you can. Handwriting is it.
Right. So
Come
let's
on,
just
man.
go there.
Oh, look at him. I'm trying.
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon.
Was it not mine? We gotta save it for
You know what? I'm gonna have to break this in on a proper pad.
Yeah, we do
before
that
mess
another
up the
day.
good thing. We'll
Yep.
do it right now, though.
We'll do it right now. All right. House level witness and well to everybody. Continue to follow your dreams no matter what age you are. You know what you're good at. And if you've been running away from it all your life, this is no coincidence. Today is your day to invest in you. And thank you for investing in you. And there it is.
No. Oh. So yeah. Thank you guys. Well, we could still. Do you want to do a quick say something about your Saturdays?
Ooh, that's probably pretty huge. Yeah, let's try to add that somewhere or do it for something. Yeah.
Just throw it in. We could even cut that ending, and we could slide this in the other
That'd be
side.
dope. So what we're doing here in El Paso is Saturdays every 10 a.m. I call it Saturday Mass, MASS. And ministry, what is ministry? It's service. It's it's always put just on religion, but no, if you ever read on ministry, it's service. A is archive. It's documenting everything you're doing. School and society. It's an education so you could follow and better yourself in society. And we do light exercises, we do breath work, we do yoga, we do some light physical therapy, and we do study. And this is for everybody in the community to come and better yourself. We're also doing classes. We got a community food forest going on. We have classes on woodshop. We have classes on do-it-yourself, crocheting. Yo, you name it, we got teachers for it, and we're doing it all for free because I want to see this community better themselves. And this is proof that your character is currency because you paid for it. You just got to show up.
There you go. And also one real quick shout out for Dr. Ruja. He is going to be hosting physicals at First Baptist Church on Montana. That's 805 Montana. He's going to be out there on Friday, August 1st. And then the following Friday, that would be what, the 7th, right?
Yeah, almost said it.
Friday the 7th. He's going to be out there at from 8:30 to 12. He's going to be out there in the morning. He's going to be doing physicals for only $20. It's just for the community guys. He's trying to give you guys an affordable price to get this done. And look out, we might have some specials included with our media days that also will include a sports physical that's good for 1 year. So definitely let us know. Please order again at coolpaso.com/shop. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace!